Welcome back, Knights of Apollo. We are once again playing Total War Rome 2. Today we've got a subscribers battle replay. They submitted it into my Discord, and this one is quite the epic one. It is a meat grinder. It's a 3v3 on this beautiful barbarian settlement. You're going to see some crazy plays here today. So of course, sit back, relax, get some snacks and drinks. Now, looking at the factions of this battle, on the attacking side, we have not one but two Roman armies, and they bring their Swaby allies. You're going to see some barbarians helping out the Roman cause. Now, on defense, we got some Greeks and barbarians as well. So we got Syracuse on the battlefield. They're teaming up with Boii. And finally, we've got some Iberian boys, the Aravaci. Not the Lusitani, but the Aravaci. They're going to be helping out the defenders. Guys, this is a fun battle, and it's a long one, so I hope you will enjoy, and let's jump in. All right, guys, here we go. Battle underway, and the defenders taking an aggressive approach. So we got some noble riders, or noble cav from Lusitani. They're coming out. And they're probably looking for weak targets. They're not going to charge, any kind of elite infantry head on. They're most likely going to try to, scout and look for archers, look for artillery, something, a unit that is very powerful in their own right. Or they could be charging into the towers. Look at this. We've got another unit of noble cav coming out and charging the veteran legionaries. Here's another juicy charge right there. So they're going to go for the units pushing the towers. That's also a pretty good idea because that's going to disrupt them. It's going to be a big headache for the Roman Empire, and they're going to have to figure out how to deal with this cav before they can fully attack the walls of, this barbarian settlement. So we'll see what they do. Some nice charging going in there. I mean, they're not getting a ton of kills. The first unit has 9, the other unit has 4. But again, that tactic is more of just being annoying. We do have some hidden units over here, though. We got the guerrilla warriors. So these guys can actually spawn outside of the settlement. They can use vanguard ability, where they can spawn outside the deployment zone. So I think he's going to try to sneak his way. I don't know where he's going. There's nothing really over here, at least as far as we can tell. So maybe there's artillery or something, but he's going to try to sneak his way around and maybe catch a unit by surprise. Now, the other Roman player, along with the current Roman player we've been watching, it looks like they are going to scale the walls here pretty soon. Nope, they're scaling them right now. We've got Hastati, classic, leading the charge. And, there we go. We got a little collision there. We got the thorax swordsman of the Syracuse. The Syracuse. So Syracuse setting up some support. We also have artillery on the walls here opening fire. This artillery has 92 kills. I haven't really seen them get. Look at this guy's cheering and flexing his muscles as his unit is getting slaughtered. How about that? How about that? So yeah, they're doing some good damage there. They're taking out that artillery, but they'd already got 92 kills, and now the Javies are coming in from the thorax swordsman. And they already have 11 kills and counting as those Javies continue to hit their targets. So they're going to hold their ground. So it looks like Syracuse his main goal is holding this initial words are hard. Initial defense. Here comes a clash of infantry. They've got 9 kills from Javies. Now they're charging in, getting into close combat. Look at this officer of the thorax swordsman. He's kind of got the same colors as the Romans, but of course, you can easily identify him with that very cool round shield, the scorpion on it, something that the Romans do not use. Thorax swordsman, an excellent unit. They should beat the Hastati unless the Hastati send up reinforcements. Speaking of reinforcements, here we go. We got more Hastati over here advancing forward. Looks like Boii is going to be in charge of defending the gate, or at least near the gate. Sword followers, a decent unit, getting some good Javies. This is the toughest part for the attackers right here. Or it's not the toughest, but it is a tough point in the battle when you're scaling the walls and you're dealing with infantry that's waiting for you, ready to throw their javies into your backs or your side. So this is a tough situation for these Hastati. In fact, the Boii, let's see, they should send up, yeah, Lusitani sending over some Scutari. And are they going to throw javies or just charge in? It looks like they're going to do a little bit of both. And this Hastati unit is done for. They got themselves surrounded, unfortunately. Look at that. They're already breaking. So a nice solid defense so far from the defenders. Like really solid. I think they're doing a good job of maintaining the front. They're using the javies pretty well. Boii sending over some sword follower reinforcements. This unit of thorax swords, they're getting kind of surrounded, but the Boii is going to come over and help them out. Now we've got Swaby. They're setting forward their towers, and they're going to attack the, I guess this would be like the right side from their perspective. Yeah, they're going to send up, what are they sending? Oh, yeah, Club Levy, Blood Sworn. I love Swaby. Swaby's, they're probably one of the most unique factions in the game. Swaby is awesome. But they're not charging right away. They're just kind of hanging back. I guess they're waiting for the perfect opportunity. But Syracuse has a unit of mercenary veteran hoplites ready to hold their ground against the barbarian scum. Let's go back over to the main front where Rome is getting pushed back, guys. Multiple units of Hastati are fleeing the battlefield. They are just not getting it done. Now we have some Roman infantry trying to burn down the towers instead of trying to fight for them and taking them. Because, you know, they can take the towers over and use them against the defenders. But instead, they decided to, you know, they think, you know, in the long run, it's going to be more beneficial to burn down the towers rather than try to capture them, which they might be right. So they're going to take them out early, which is cool to see. And now Syracuse still holding these guys back. We got Rome setting up some archers as well, or should I say slingers. They got the Iberian slingers. They're slinging. They're probably not really landing that many hits, to be honest. They are breaking. See, it's just going to fly over this infantry unit, so I don't know. Slingers is a tough one to bring. You got to try to hold the slingers back until you break in, until you get through the initial defense and you get into the city streets. Then you can use the slingers. Here you probably want to see the archers. Yes, the Syrian archers. That's a much better unit for this situation. So they're going to kind of run around and look for targets, look for weak points, I'm sure, and try to break through these defenders. Now here comes Swaby. Swaby has kind of turned their towers. Before, it looked like most of them are here. Now it looks like they turned them this way, and they're going to try to send reinforcements to try to overwhelm the defenders here. Now we've got some defending archers as well, actually. Slingers. The same exact slinger type. They are going to go sling, and they're going to try to get these guys, the Romans here, to support the infantry, and that's definitely going to do some damage. So we'll see what happens there, but a nice use of the archers or the slingers. That's where this is where the slingers excel. Like, ground level, nothing in their way, and they do so much damage to armored units. By the way, guys, I forgot to turn on the music for the game, but I've fixed it now. So if you're wondering, where's the music? It's now on. So I do apologize about that. Boii got the sword followers going toe-to-toe with the veteran legionaries. Veteran legionaries should handle this one, again, unless Boii sends up reinforcements or the slingers get a bunch of kills. But we'll see what happens. It's getting intense. Boii sending more and more units. We can see there's tons of attackers here. Look at them. They're really starting to overwhelm the defender's position, and it might be time, guys, to call it quits. Eventually, you have to accept your losses, because that advantage you had at the start when the enemy was just rushing forward and it was chaos, that's starting to fade away as Rome continues to get more and more elite units across the wall. It's going to get more and more difficult for the defenders to have an advantage, so it might be better to soon fall back and try to hold choke point, bottleneck positions like here and like over here. We'll see what happens. This is a tough one to attack, guys. This is a slow burn type settlement where it's going to be a grind all the way to the end, which I believe the victory point is right here. So they gotta fight through here. And then even when they get through here, like say if they go this way, they're going to have a bunch of archers firing down at their flank from this cliffside. It's a tough settlement to attack. Very tough. So let's head back over this way where Boii has the Romans surrounded, but can they maintain this position? Because more and more Romans are coming in to support. Oh yeah, so Boii is going to kind of find themselves encircled. We'll see. I definitely think Boii needs to call it quits here and stop fighting for this outer wall. It's too much. There's too many Romans here. Just look at this battlefield, though. Look at that. Oh, man, that looks good. With all those towers back there, all the infantry fighting it out. It looks really cool. I don't think there's a game anywhere close to what Total War, in terms of, like, capturing cinematic grand moments in a video game, I don't think there's a single game that even comes close to Total War. That is for sure. All right, let's head back here where the archers are letting loose their arrows and projectiles. We've got Celtic bowmen back here too, and they're focusing down Swaby as the club levy. I don't know if it's even worth focusing down the club levy. They're pretty good, but there's probably much more dangerous units you want to spend your ammo on rather than club levy. But Syracuse is sending up some mercenary Samnite warriors. These guys are beasts. They're really good infantry, but they are getting focused down a little bit by archer fire. Look at, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, it's not the greatest of angles, but it's definitely going to cause some casualties for your unit. So Syracuse, he's putting up a good stand. This has been a brutal, bloody battle so far. Let's go see what, trying to see like what these guys are up to. Looks like they took out a Scorpion unit. So, oh, and they took out this artillery, but this artillery probably was already exhausted with ammo. I could be wrong though. Oh, and then we got another cav running in over here. Oh, sorry guys. I mean, there's just so much going on in the battle. Doesn't look like that cav unit did too much. Let's see if we can try to find Oathsworn. Bodyguard. Where did I see Oathsworn? I don't know. Oh, maybe it was the Swaby. Sorry, I thought it was Oathsworn Romans. Like, Romans don't have Oathsworn. But we do have a cav unit left over. They have 42 kills. They probably just took out the crew. But losing this Scorpion is pretty big because the Scorpion can be very deadly because it's so small. And most people don't even know they're getting hit by a Scorpion. But yeah, they got taken out by cav. And now the Romans, you can see it's starting to, along with Swaby, starting to overwhelm this initial spot. Now is the time to fall back. They can still hold here and here. So those are two choke points. I mean, obviously they're going to hold here too, but these are definitely good spots to hold. Now, if the attackers start to send over more siege towers over here, you might have a problem. But if they don't, then Lusitani can hold. Or that's not Lusitani. Is it? No, that's the Aravaci. Whatever. Lusitani, Aravaci. What? It's the other. My bad. It's the other Iberian faction. So, yeah, the Iberian boys. They're holding back the Romans, and Boii's also helping out as well, trying to hold back the Romans. So, very cool stuff. And here comes Rome. They're not slowing down, guys. They got their men in attacking Testudo, I think, or maybe just Testudo. And they're just hanging back. And units units are getting hit hard. Yeah, they're trying to throw javies at these guys, but this is pretty good. It's going to block most of these shots. Look at these guys. Look at them. Oh, man, that is cool. That is cool. A Roman war machine. So we'll see what happens here. I definitely think the battle is going to slow down. Here we go. There's a little bit of a fight here between Swaby Swordmasters versus Syracuse's Thorax Swordsmen. So this is going to be another tough fight. But I think what the attackers need to do is really use these towers. Like, to get around these choke points, try to get them to spread their units thin on defense. Same thing over here. Use the towers over here. We do have a Roman unit. He's got a tower ready to go. It's veteran legionaries. So I think what he should do, and Swaby's got their general up there. What is he doing with these sword masters? I don't know. But what they need to do is put pressure on this choke point here, right? Rome charge forward here. But it looks like Aravachi's going to charge forward and get their Scutari into close combat. But yeah, keep them occupied here. And then while they're busy, send the towers this way to try to break through those really challenging choke points. Now, we still have the guerrilla warriors here. They are still hidden. I wonder if they're going to try to make a play for the archers over there, or are they just going to fall back to the safety of their settlement? We'll find out soon enough. And then we've got the cav kind of hiding in the trees. Obviously, the Romans and the attackers are well aware of this cav, so I think they're going to sit back and wait for them to kind of forget about them. Guys, it happens all the time. So we'll see. I'll try to pay attention to the minimap and keep up with those outside units. Now, here comes Rome attacking the Thorax Swordsmen. We've got archers in the back for Syracuse, or I'm sorry, slingers, who are just letting loose their hatred of, they're throwing little rocks. They're slinging little rocks that do a lot of damage. And yeah, they're going to try to weaken their advance. And I like that Rome is not being reckless here. I like that Rome is actually, because if he charged forward and attacked this unit, their flank would be exposed to the slingers. So this is a really good play by Rome. I like that. Just being patient and not trying to force a fight where he doesn't have the advantage. And now we've got Swaby still trying to chip away at this choke point here. We've got another unit of sword masters. Oh, wait, they're going through a gap. They're going through a gap. Look at that. Good use of the column formation there. A little column marching order. They get around the defenders. They need to send up more reinforcements up this way. But now we've got cav coming down. And this is companion cav. It's a melee cav. It would have been useful if it was a shock cav. But nonetheless, they're going to have these sword masters kind of, scattered a bit. They might as well send in some infantry to help out as well. Just try to overwhelm this unit really quickly. And now Swaby charges forward with some club levy. Let's go into the Thorax Swordsman. The balance of power is still greatly in favor of the attackers, guys. The defenders still have an uphill battle. But yeah, check this out. They're now fighting in this choke point over here. Completely forgot about this position. We've got some Scutari trying to hold back veteran legionaries and some Bloodsworn. That is a tall task. That is quite the challenge for these Iberian soldiers. We'll see how long they can hold out. Bowie Eye's definitely going to have to send in reinforcements. Sure enough, they are sword followers going into the fray to help their Iberian allies. Boom. And another crucial battle for choke point is unwinding. So a great battle going on, I would say. Rome still has so many reinforcements, guys. And we're talking cream of the crop. Veteran legionaries, Eagle cohort, another one. Then we've got Praetorians. Guys, they are saving, like I said, the cream of the crop. They're saving the best of the best. And now Rome is advancing forward this way as well. Rome has multiple units engaging, and I guess they feel pretty secure on this side. Boii holding down the fort with sword followers, taking on some veteran legionaries. But their backs are not getting hit by rocks. Why is that? Well, because Rome has actually pushed back Syracuse along with their ally Suebi. And this unit is on the verge of cracking here. We got thorax swordsmen. They're down to 59 men, which is a decent amount. But considering the number of troops that are going to be charging in, they either have to send up reinforcements or they need to fall back. And it looks like they're going with the second strategy, which is falling back. Thorax swordsmen falling back, going to safety here. Going to this is a cool section of the map as well. This is also another challenging spot for the attackers. Now this unit obviously is going to be a sacrificial unit, as they give the ultimate sacrifice, and they are surrounded by Romans now, and Praetorians are fighting. Oh my gosh, could you imagine how epic is that, going out like that? But yeah, they're going to break and they're going to capture this tower. But this is a tough position to attack as well, because this cliff right here. This cliff, you can't attack it from here. You have to go all the way through here and then go up on this like ramp. So yeah, archers are going to be able to sit back and just shoot. Unless they move up their own archers to kind of silence them, it's going to be a tough fight here for sure. Boii also looks like they're falling back. I think they're going to leave the sword followers in the fight. I think Arvaci here, they need to fall back as well. Because if this falls, obviously Rome can charge around the streets this way and start putting pressure on these units. I think it's that time, guys. It's time to fall back. It's time to fall back. So Rome, they are taking the tower. That's smart. Whoa! Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, that's what I was like. There's something going on out here. Noble Cav with 440 kills. Oh, man. They must have just killed a bunch of bows right there. Oh, man. Wow. That's what I'm talking about, guys, right there. He must have ran down. Let's see. Let's look at these units. Yeah, it's a bunch of bow women. They ran down these women and got so many kills. And that's what I see. Even I was fooled, because I knew that unit was waiting to strike. And that's a good tip for newer players who are trying to get more aggressive with the sally out type of situations. Sometimes if you sally out and the enemy's prepared for it, the best thing to do is just run and hide in the woods and wait for a better opportunity. You might think, well, they know I'm over there. It doesn't matter. They'll get so focused on the main fight, like I was just doing with my commentary, that a sudden charge can get them by surprise. And he got his money back tenfold by getting 440 kills, most of those being archers. That's huge. That's a huge loss for the attackers, because archers are huge in siege battles, especially in these, end of the battle type situations where, it's going to come down to choke points, and archers can really help clean up choke points. But hey, you got to give credit to Arvaci and Boii here, still not willing to give up the gate. Still fighting to the bitter end. He's falling back a unit, but also charging in a unit. And that's going to cause him to encircle a bit of the sword masters and the veteran legionaries. And now he can send these guys back in. Or just leave them out, because their backs are exposed to archer fire, skirmish fire, Iberian slingers. But more and more Romans are charging in. Suebi also helping out. So if Arvaci's falling back, yeah, get these slingers out of here. You don't want to lose archers, especially when you had such a huge win over there with that cav running down those archers. So now Rome is charging forward. They're advancing forward. And this is pretty good. The defenders definitely don't want to give up this spot here. And the reason for that is because the archers on the cliff here will have such a great angle on the attacking infantry that they don't, obviously they don't want to give up this ground here. I think they should fall back and probably hold here or even here, because again, the cliffs are going to give them a nice angle. Now the attackers could run down all the way here. There's actually no gate or wall, so you can run through here and then get behind them, which you could do with cav or something. But the thing is, that's risky as well with infantry, because archers all along this wall can shoot at you as you're pushing forward. And let's not forget, the guerrilla warriors still have two units over here. They might be huge. They might come into play here. We'll see. Let's get back over to the front line, though. Now we've got Celtic warriors charging into a unit of depleted veteran legionaries of Rome. I think what Rome was trying to get them to do was exhaust their short-range ammo, but I don't think they're going to go for it. And here comes reinforcements. A healthy veteran unit, only lost 20 men so far. They've killed 21. Got to get that KD up. So they're going to certainly try to do that against Boii, against their Celtic warriors. So very Roman of him to be so aggressive. I like that. He's already pushing. And we've got a bunch of Romans actually deciding to not pursue this path. And they're actually going to, I guess, focus all their attention over here. And the reason for that might be because of the archers. It's harder. It's like if you're attacking from this angle, the archers are going to chew you up. But if you're attacking from this angle, it's going to be more difficult. Sure, you'll lose some units to archer fire, but it's going to be more difficult for the archers to get some kills. So let's go back over this way. Look at this. Yes, the slingers are going to town right now on the veteran legionaries. We got a nice stand from the Scutari, and then they're getting support from the slingers. Oh yeah, Iberian slingers opening fire, trying to get some kills, hit and run tactics. I think this unit's kind of being used as a sacrificial unit, buying time, and those slingers are falling back. They're going to probably go up on that cliff side. Let's head back over to really the only fight on this battle right now where infantry are clashing. It's pretty much right here. Small units, small depleted units fighting it out. Rome and Swaby fighting side by side. Oh, barbarian V. Oh, and what an insult to injury. You see that guy? He was dying and then he got a javi to the freaking temple. Woo! Ooh, nasty. There we go. They break through Boii, and now they're going to send forward their depleted units against the Samnite warriors. But actually, they're going to be changed out with the veteran hoplites, who are going to put up a hell of a stand. And we'll see what happens. Rome's trying to play this smart. I like it. And notice is he in Testudo? Yep, he's in Testudo. He's afraid of those archers, and he should be. Balance of power is still in favor of the attackers, but that can greatly change. This is definitely a high... Look at this. Oh, wait, hold that thought. Look at that. They're getting some good hits in the back there. They're going to chip away at those veteran legionaries, but they're entering a high kill zone, guys. This is where a lot of the killing is going to take place for the defenders, and a lot of dying for the attackers. That's just the nature of siege battles. Sometimes you just have to throw your men into the meat grinder and just hope that you have enough, or you can do some damage with archers and like eventually penetrate through the defenders' defense. But right now it looks like we're a little bit of a calm in the storm. So we're gonna do a little magical editing here and fast forward us into the future. All right, guys. Well, the armies look like they're on the verge of clashing. The Roman side has shuffled around their units, and it looks like they're coming up with a new approach on how to deal with this defense. So, yeah, here we go. So we got some hoplites charging forward. Sam, so they're not going to sit and wait for their Pila. They're going to charge in and try to remove that ability. You know, try to, you know, close in on the distance, and so the Pila doesn't become too much of an issue. Now, they have sent over units of infantry. Check this out. They're rushing forward a bunch of Syrian archers. This is the far right side for the attackers, and obviously they are here to deal with the archers of the defenders. So they're just kind of sitting and waiting for these archers to fire, and once they do, they're going to fire back. So that's smart right there. I'm glad that they're doing that. On this side, they've also have some units in reserve, just kind of waiting. I think they're going to wait until they break through here a bit more, and then they're going to try to put some pressure over here, maybe even send some units over here. But this obviously here is the main assault, and this is such an epic scene. You got blue versus red, Greeks versus Romans. Very cool. And now the archers are opening fire. Check this out. Here's the Syrian heavy archers, or Syrian archers. They're not heavy. I mean, I guess they're heavy, but you get what I'm saying. That's not their name. So they're going to open fire and start chipping away at the slingers here. And now we've got some noble fighters. This is the Aravachi general. They still haven't opened fire, though. Look at this. These guys are hidden. They're still just waiting. It's interesting because I feel like they could really start killing these guys. But I think they're just waiting for the perfect opportunity to start spraying down rocks on the Syrian archers. We'll see. But for now, the infantry fight has actually ceased as the Romans have fallen back, but Boii has pursued, or maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell. Did Syracuse actually break here, or did they fall? I think they fell back and then Boii charged in. But yeah, they're trying to, I think they're trying to use their short range ammo, and it looks like they're using their skirmishers as well. But these guys aren't getting great angles on the Romans. Actually, it looks like they're focusing on the club levy here and the sword masters of Suebi. Quite the struggle, guys. Quite the struggle, as we are now down to the last 20 minutes of this battle. It is it's a lengthy one because of the nature of this settlement. It is a meat grinder. And now Suebi's sending in reinforcements, trying to break through Boii's Oathsworn. The Oathsworn, these guys are nasty. They already have 141 kills with 113 left in the unit. And they're taking on veteran legionaries. These guys, they're hateful. And they want to get some kills. Excellent, excellent. Now over here, we've got Romans opening fire. Look at this, auxiliary Syrian archers. They're opening fire. They're trying to push back the skirmishers on the cliff. I like to see that. They're using their units wisely. We'll see if they start pushing through this way, though. I think they should. You know, oh, but we got a Scorpion over here. Hold on. This unit already has 31 kills. This is what I was talking about. The Scorpion is a silent killer, guys. Like high blood pressure, I guess. So it can rack up a lot of kills without anyone noticing, except for the player who's controlling the Scorpion. And the reason for that is because it's such a small unit, and the projectiles are hard to see. So if you're in the thick of it, look at this. He's just firing into the Roman blob. And he's getting some good kills. If you're very strategic with your Scorpion, you can get a lot of kills, guys. You can get a lot of kills. Check this out. They're now at 56. Last time we saw it was 39. They are just racking them up. If they get around 100 kills, I'd say this unit was completely worth it. I mean, it really depends too on the quality of the kills, but they're definitely getting some quality. And I'm looking, look, they're not reacting to the shots. I mean, there's not really much they can do anyways, right? I mean, you could try to hide your units around these like huts and buildings and stuff, but that artillery is going to keep just hitting you. And yeah, look, they're getting some kills. Good on that Scorpion. Now we got the noble fighters in the fight. That is not the general unit, but it's a noble fighter nonetheless. And they are absolutely tearing up these Romans with these elite swordsmen. Now back this way, it looks like there was a bit of a skirmish. You can see some bodies on the ground here against the Syrian archers. We'll see what happens. These guys are even... Are they going to fire? They don't have any casualties, so I don't think they realize that they're up there yet. Rome sending over some slingers on that side. Look at all the reserves. Remember, they're saving their elites. Eagle cohort, Praetorians. They're saving these guys for the very end, and that is very wise. Now, Rome is beginning their assault on the other choke point. This is a must situation, and look at that. They're wasting their Javi on a Testudo unit. Pretty soon they're going to break that Testudo formation, and they're going to charge. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on the defenders. And Rome desperately needs to do this, guys, because over here it has been a bit of a struggle for Rome and Suebi. They have broken through some defenders, though. Sword Masters... they only have 41 kills, but they still have 110 men left. These noble fighters, you got to figure out a way to kill these guys effectively because they're at 100 kills. They have 95 left. You got to try to get some, like, flanking archer fire on these guys or something because fighting them head on is quite the task. A deadly task. There you go, guys. Look at that beautiful fight of epic struggle. Rome has now pushed forward. And the Scorpion, let's not forget, the Scorpion is still firing with 124 kills. Keep it up. Keep it up. Now, this is a problem over here, guys. They utterly have broken through the defenders. Look at this. Praetorians are pushing through. Rome needs to send in reinforcements now because they're getting some ground here. They got to take advantage of that. Go, go, go. Why are they falling back, though? Why are they falling back? They need to just get their swords in the thick of it. More Praetorian Guard coming forward. I don't know. They kind of gave up on an advantage there. The defenders were not ready for that. Now the Oathsworn are coming out, and now they calmed the situation. The defenders have regained control of the situation. Withdraw! So, I don't know, that Oathsworn, you might be able to focus them down. These archers, if you can get them to fire. See, these archers are... Look at that. They're still just harassing. Look at the defending archers just running further and further back. Because they can't get a winning angle on the attackers. Now some Romans are breaking here, but these units were pretty depleted in the first place. Now they got to fight through Praetorians. But I still think they lost a great advantage there, which is unfortunate. But the Romans, they're still putting up a good fight. They got the archers just firing down on the defending skirmishers. And now we've got still a huge tussle unraveling. And the fight, I would say, shifted a bit more in favor of the attackers as we are closing in to less than 15 minutes of this battle. Now the archers still standing guard. Look at the Syrian archers still standing guard, watching and waiting. This is overkill. I think he needs to send one of these units over to this side and just like fire at the skirmishers in the center, because they're definitely going to need to answer back on all those skirmishers. They've got to get their skirmishers in position. They have to. They must. So, a beautiful battlefield. A lot of different colors going in the fight. And Swaby, they're still having the tough fight here. Veteran legionaries, they're charging in. And then back over this way, we've got Aravachi. They've got their noble fighters holding by themselves, holding back multiple Praetorian Guard. And it looks like they're going to disengage. And they are going to, it's dangerous because they're going to get hit in the back by the skirmishers. Oh, wait, look at this. The Celtic archers moving forward. I think they're going to try to silence those Syrian archers. We'll see. No, it doesn't look like they have their bows out. They might be out of ammo. They have 148 kills. So they might use them here as a diversion and like make them think they have ammo. I've seen it before, and they might get them to waste ammo on that unit rather than infantry. Back over this way, the Romans need to send in more units. They have to send in more units over there. Rome, oh man. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. The Syrians are going to, yep, they utterly broke that unit. They need to hold fire. No need to waste it. They tried, guys. The defenders really tried to use these cliffs, but Rome was well prepared and waiting for it, and he just annihilated every unit up here. So Syracuse was wise into giving it up and repositioning in the center, but now that those archers are gone, these archers need to head towards the center and just open fire on the defenders. You know, guys, I'm looking at this battle, and this is definitely looking pretty good for the Romans. It is looking very good for the Romans. If these Praetorians, as long as these Praetorians don't get picked off by archers or get surrounded or something like that, they should finish the job here. They should. These are some of the best fighters in the game. Best fighters in the ancient world. So, a glorious struggle for that choke point. This one has been absolutely gnarly. I mean, look at the fighting here. So many different units have fought here. And the defenders know if they lose this spot, it's over. But this is trouble right here. The slingers have now been activated. They only have 19 kills, so they probably have a lot of ammo. Who knows? They could have used them poorly at the beginning and they've, you know, wasted their ammo. But this is looking like to be an uphill battle for the defenders. They need a miracle here. Let's not forget, though, guys. Check this out. Check this out, guys. We got the guerrilla warriors. They're flanking around. They just might get this Roman general by surprise. Will that be enough to win the day? Who knows? I mean, if they take out the general and then take out the archers, that's a huge loss for the attackers. I mean, losing a general sucks for your morale. Well, let's see what happens here, though, because this is too good to not focus on this part of the fight. I think he's going to group up and then he's going to go in, because you want to get as many swords in that area as quick, you know, because he's going to be alerted. So you want to make sure you get as many units attacking this general as possible, because it's going to be our general's under attack, you know. Oh, wait, archers are firing. Oh, Swaby saw them. Maybe they saw them. It could just be auto fire. Oh, my goodness. Let's see if he can kill this general. They're already down to 31 men. 28. They're not running. Swaby does indeed see it. He's sending in his sword masters to try to help his general. Wow. Swaby coming in to save the day because the Roman player is not paying attention. You can see the other Roman players like, oh my gosh, I got to get my general out of here. Because it's the other guerrilla warriors coming around the flank. They might still kill the Roman general. He's down to 18 men, but yeah, these sword masters, they're going to slaughter these guerrilla warriors. That's the thing about those units that can deploy outside of the deployment zone. Most of them are not very good. Look at that. Like, they're good, but they're not, like, the best. Oh, yeah, the Roman general is breaking, guys. Wow, what the heck, Rome? He must have just not have been paying attention. So now Rome is at a bit of a risk here of chain routing because their leadership is gone. I would say mission success there. The guerrilla warriors with 59 kills, not a ton, but it's a general unit. And now we've got this unit over here. What's going on here? Oh my chaos. Oh my chaos. What in the chaos is happening here? Guerrilla warriors coming over to play, but the noble fighters... Oh wait, I'm sorry, they're on the same side. Rome... Oh, we got some cav. Okay, guys, this is... The balance of power is in favor of Rome, but... The table is kind of turned here. And he's got to be smart with these elites. So I know I'm flying all over the place with the camera, but there's a lot going on. So Rome, are they really going to go this way? What are they doing? They kind of gave up this spot. I think they're afraid of these archers. But these archers, do they have ammo? They don't. These archers aren't going to do anything but stand there. I guess they can scout. But Syracuse looked like they could still come back and charge. The Romans, I think they're going to leave a rear guard. I think this Roman player should probably send one unit around and help out because this Roman army is dwindling. Their infantry is low. So we'll see, but Rome is kind of going all in over here. They've got the Eagle cohort. This is it. This is it, guys. Down to the wire. And I feel like this is just going to continue to be a meat grinder. Just continue to be a meat grinder. Over here, this might be the big play of the day. Mercenary companion cap. You got the Lancers. Use the Lancers to charge forward. But they got to charge through Praetorian Guard and 2 towers. That's a tough pill to swallow. Let's see if they can swallow it. Anyways, let's see if they can do something here. There's the charge. Boom. I should have went in first with the Lancers. But he's going to try to push through and get the archers. Yeah, this is a desperate move. This is too desperate. He probably honestly should have waited. Now we got archers running into melee. Yeah, I don't think the defenders here have enough. We're down to the last 5 minutes, a little more left of this battle. Like, he can charge these archers, sure. I don't know if that's considered a pull through right there. I mean, I'm cool with it because it's Cav, and Cav is kind of designed to charge in. They're going to kill this general here. That's going to be both Roman generals dead. I mean, that's kind of huge right there. We'll see. I mean, no. They're breaking. They're gonna have to fall back. Is the Scorpion done? No, the Scorpion's still firing. Let's go. 175 kills, almost 200 kills. Keep it going. What a great fight this has been. There's been some great tactics for both sides. But, you know, when I see Rome on the battle replay, I usually think, oh, they're going to play really poor because it's... Oh, man. Oh, man! Oh, dude. You see that? Just absolutely charged in. Nasty. Nasty. So the Cav is killing the archers. Rome is breaking here a little bit. And Syracuse is doing a desperate attempt. He already has 150 kills with their general. Oh my gosh. Rome, are you going to turn around? Okay, there we go. Oh. Pretty nasty. They got to kill that general. And Rome is charging forward. They got to go for the town center. There's some noble fighters that they're going to have to fight through. Some guerrilla warriors. We got another unit of noble fighters, but they're depleted. We got Rome chasing down some archers over here. They should slaughter them. Who knows, though? It's a depleted unit of Praetorians. They still have almost 100, though, so they should probably clean these guys up. But Boii is going to hold. I would just hold them there. Use this arrow tower as much as possible. Guys, this is, I mean, it's looking like Rome's going to win, but it's still too tough to really say. And yeah, this cav unit has 162 kills, and it's slaughtering this Roman infantry. It's slaughtering them. So that's a huge loss right there for Rome. Does Suebi still have their general? They do. Sword Masters. So they got to plug the gaps here. So they got to plug this gap. The cav could easily go over here. Got to plug that gap. You got to keep this cav out of play. And now over here, but the Praetorians are having a bit of a struggle. They have 223 kills. They're down to 65 men. But the Oathsworn, they're going to put up a good fight. And don't forget the arrow towers. So there's a good chance the Praetorians fall. And if they fall, this is going to be an open flank. Oh my gosh. No way. No way are they going to let this cav continue to walk all over them. The general almost has 200 kills. The balance of power is shifted to more of an even. Oh my gosh. Wait, what is this? Some slingers outside the city. Who's winning this fight right here? It says combat even. I think the Romans are gonna lose. Okay, here we go. Sword Masters they're gonna help out. Hopefully. Then Boii is gonna send over some Oathsworn as well. They're trying to protect their flanks. Noble fighters in the fight already has 114 kills. They've got to kill them with skirmishers. They've got to. Oh my gosh. Another unit bites the dust. No, why are there archers out of position? You are aware of this cav. Why are there archers running towards the cav? Please tell me these archers are out of ammo. I think they are. But still, you're at a point in the battle where you can't take mass casualties like this. Oh my gosh, this general has 256 kills. Wow. Oh my gosh, this noble fighter unit's going off right now. In Rome, I think they should have given up on this spot. I think they should have consolidated their forces here. Guys, this is insanely close. Oh my gosh, the slingers. They've got slingers still with only 44 kills, so they might still have a lot of ammo left. Only half the unit is firing. Oh my gosh, Rome is scattered. What are they doing? I mean, seriously, what is Rome doing? You got to keep your units together so they can work together, they can flank, they can protect the rear. A costly victory? Wait, what? It just... Oh, they ran out of time. Oh, the timer ran out. Oh my gosh, Rome took too long. Oh man, that's almost... Oh, that's a... Look at the carpet of dead here. Look at this. The absolute struggle for this. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, they ran out of time. So they had an hour to take it. They took way too long. And I almost wanted to see how this would play out because even though the time ran out, I think the defenders had a good chance of winning this one. But yeah, that was awesome. That was a great fight. Really good job by the defenders. They delayed, good use of the cav at the end there from Syracuse, and they were able to come out on top with the victory by the timer, which doesn't happen all the time. So Pyrrhic victory. So this one was sent in by the Aravachi player, just this league. So yeah, he did a good job there, getting 2,200 kills. The Toast, though, MVP, getting 2,416 kills. And then we got Toxic Rex. Actually, who sent this in? Was it the Aravachi? Okay, I am mistaken, guys. It's actually Toxic Rex who sent in the battle replay, getting, look at this, 226 kills there with the Scorpion. So sorry about that. For some reason, I thought it was the Aravachi guy. But yeah, thank you, Toxic Rex, for this battle replay. If you guys are wanting to send in epic battles like this one, go to my Discord, and there's a replay section. So make sure you verify your account, and then you can upload epic replays. Just make sure you title what game it is and a little bit of a brief description of what the battle's about. But yeah, that was fun, guys. Rome had a good chance of winning this one, but they just took a little too long. They were a little too cautious, and I think they also kind of panicked there at the end, but maybe it's because they're running out of time. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.